Grimstroke can't help too much. Oh, they actually get a wolf. Okay, that's a free one. Grimstroke can't help too much versus the Treants, which is a little bit of a concern. At least Lycan can sustain decently versus some of the damage, but I think qojqva's still going to suffer up. I'm a little worried for iNSaNiA and this Lycan.
In the mid, of course, Nisha
Step lively now.
versus miCKe on the Kunkka versus Mars. Two pretty beefy heroes with sort of a similar level of physical wave clear. I mean, is this lane easier for one of the two to play, or is this pretty even?
Gotta be honest, I've not seen too much Kunkka versus Mars in the mid lane.
I don't think we ever have.
Even. Yeah, I think it should be pretty even. Just the damage is, like, Kunkka just has a little bit more armor, so his cleave hurts a little more, but Mars has ways to protect versus it, so it's gonna be a trade of just constant harassment.
Yeah, I feel sort of two similarly paced heroes in terms of what they're going to be doing, and you know, the action they can bring as soon as the 6 is online, and the availability for both to set up on one another if they get a support rotation around that point as well.
Yeah, the fun thing about mid Mars that I've seen sometimes is just your ability to just maybe get a tower skewer, and then you just win the lane.
Sure.
So there's only that. Nisha, very unlikely to actually fall for something like that, but it's happened.
You never know. You never know.
Never know.
See around iNSaNiA. Dance around a little bit with YapzOr. There's two of them trying to take what he can in from this pull that YapzOr, iNSaNiA's been able to make. And so down bottom, as you say, in this lane you expect Matu to farm pretty okay. You don't care at all about the Timbersaw. Boxi's never really going to be able to get on top of Matu. Is Boxi really a threat from these two heroes, or you think him and Taiga can sort of secure this lane to at least be safe for the Timber?
Nah, Timber will be fine. Yeah. He can't go down here. As soon as he gets level 3, he's unkillable. Yeah. It's just about getting last hits. The bear, you have ways of getting the damage on those creeps, so you can outlast hit a little bit better in comparison. And we will see Puppey just chasing out Taiga while he's trying to pull the wave. He can just kind of go for the mana burn level. So that says everything about the lane, right? He skills mana drain. Sure. You know that they're not going to try to go any kill threats early. It's just about winning the CS war.
Puppey.
miCKe is...
Puppey's level 2 now.
In the first few.
Puppey, if he gets the stun... Taiga, he does jump up, so...
Where's this creep wave gonna go, though? It's gonna go all
the way
back down.
It's just like, hey, hang on, this ain't... You know, we don't want to be here.
miCKe has only missed, I believe, one last hit so far in the mid lane. He's doing excellent. He actually bought the Orb of Venom, too, so he's actually bullying Nisha, and it's more one-sided than I thought it'd be. Nisha has to X himself back.
No, for sure, yeah, this is a solid start from miCKe. I mean, I really guess, as we've seen, so having the bulwark, just at one point, it really does limit how much damage can be done from Nisha, you know, just kind of hit with the splash damage from Tidebringer.
No, absolutely. And, you know, Mars is a newer hero than Kunkka, so he's just got better animation and everything.
I mean, it's certainly looking like that. You know, miCKe's making great work with it.
Yeah.
It all adds up. Yeah, 23-4 against the 15-1.
The bottom, we see this gigantic creep wave now meeting. It's going to be a triple creep wave. We see Puppey's trying to pull it back so that Boxi doesn't get all of this. He will be able to pull at least the side pull, but it's a lot of experience for this Timber and Puck to get right.
How are we seeing exactly? 3.5, Matu 3.5, so yeah, managing to keep it even with that of Matu.
Yeah.
Despite Matu having the better chance to get a few denies in. Saying that, it's very even. 5, 6, 7, 4.
Matu actually skills the Savage Roar. I didn't actually see what he used it for, but he skilled it instead of level 2 bear.
Maybe to just mess with some of the CS.
Yeah, it looks like
getting a deny or such. Mid lane, gonna have the movement coming in from YapzOr. Fisher laid down onto miCKe, is looking kind of trapped. He's got the Fairy Fire, but Nisha's able to get the angle with the Tidebringer. And they're able to bring him down. I mean, as we saw, you know, miCKe doing a great job in that 1v1. Nisha needed that rotation, and of course, what better hero to do it? YapzOr with the Fisher is always going to be very potent for setting up action in that mid lane.
And you have one of the best self-sufficient offlaners in the game. So Nature's Prophet, no worry versus a Grimstroke, and a Lycan as iNSaNiA. He might be in some trouble, YapzOr, if he holds off from using it.
I'll see miCKe. Back in the lane, and he's going to have sort of a huge amount of spam ability now with having both the Soul Ring and the bottle. So mana for days here for miCKe. So we should see him being able to quickly clean up the lane and look towards some of the neutral camps as well. How's Nisha doing? So there's 2 braces in his blade. So that level 3 Tidebringer, he's also going to be clearing through camps pretty quickly.
Yep, still very similar. miCKe has actually exact same net worth after he does return with Nisha.
kindred bounty.
I mean, we've sort of seen from Secret, obviously YapzOr move over to mid to help get a kill. I mean, do you expect Liquid to try and do something around the mid into Kunkka, or is it a little too hard now? Nisha's hit the 6.
They might have to bring the 3. They might have to bring the Grim and the Puck just so they have all that lockdown for this Kunkka. I think in mid they can set up easier on the top. Secret is top. Zai might get gone on, but not just quick TP.
Yeah.
So the next big move is really when Zai hits level 6 for that.
Yeah, bottom. Boxi.
Bottom.
He's looking for Puppey. The AWP won't make the connection. Boxi will find the kill anyway. And with the whirling death, and now Secret, they've got Matu trying to chase down Taiga, but he's into the trees. Meanwhile, back up top, YapzOr. He's able to set up Zai TP's back to the lane, and they get the kill on iNSaNiA.
Step lively now. Your
all these kills on the Nature's Prophet is always scary, because that means his level 6 is going to come a little bit faster, and that's when miCKe has to be careful. Earthshaker rotation with the Kunkka, with the Wrath of Nature. Easy kills. Same thing for bottom. They could get caught off guard by it. 5.5 right now. Boxi doesn't have to worry, but the Puck might have to worry in case that Wrath does come through.
Yeah, Matu just consistently trying to keep Taiga relatively low. So Taiga's got to be very careful about how he sticks around here.
They're even just he is hitting Boxi quite a bit too. Boxi's still very healthy, but if there's a rotation, like if the Kunkka comes bottom with the Wrath when Zai is 6, that can also pose a threat onto Boxi.
Oh, for sure.
Which option Secret wants to go for? Because it's about to happen. Zai is about to hit that 6.
And yeah, immediately as soon as that 6 has been hit on the Prophet, you are having your mid make the move down to bottom. So it's all sort of falling into place. How Secret wants to utilize this power spike.
Real quick the way this is happening. Boxi, he's not going to be ready for it.
As soon as it's available to be made, Secret, they make that move. Straight down they go, dragging back into the boat combo, and they're going to have the burst to do it.
I don't know if did the Wrath even bounce?
I don't think the Wrath was even, yeah, it was casted, it was coming through, but I don't think it hit, and it didn't matter.
Yeah.
They just had that much damage anyway between the, well, you know, between the 4 of them. They did have quite a few down there.
Has been killed.
They did. I thought they would need it, but after showing to just have a little bit more damage than I expected, and now Taiga. Hex is there.
See ya!
And look at Puppey's skill build. It's just about keeping Timbersaw at 0 mana in the lane. The 1-1-2 build. Really cool. Now they're gonna just give YapzOr a little bit of this lane while Nisha gets just jungle farm, and they're maximizing at best. Well, qojqva, him and miCKe are still in a very good spot in this game. The book 2 is almost online. So this move by Secret was really nice. But let's see how this punches back, because they have their ult on miCKe.
And not wanting to commit onto Nisha though.
He's taunting him because he's so fast.
He knows that they can't go on. He's got 1400 HP and 10 seconds away from having a boat to effectively double that momentarily with the damage reduction.
So it looks like both teams are kind of doing a bit of the same thing. We're seeing supports taking the lanes while 2 heroes jungle on the side of Secret, on the side of Liquid. qojqva's jungling, iNSaNiA takes the lane. And they're actually just going to bring Matu up immediately when they do see this. So they're trying to punish the fact Liquid is maximizing. They're going to start running at this tower. He gets a root, iNSaNiA's dead.
He's in a lot of trouble, especially with Zai coming in. There's the root, straight into the sprout. iNSaNiA can't cut his way out.
On the other side, they try to punish the fact that Puppey was under the tower. He actually gets the TP out. So both teams doing these mirror movements, which is ideal. Secret coming out just a little bit quicker with it. They're just going to use the Wrath to push out the wave. Boxi's going to head top to try to stall this push that's coming out and get a nice amount of gold too. 3 range creeps.
Still keeping iNSaNiA sort of sat around miCKe mid. I mean, they've got the 3 of them here.
Eyes on miCKe, because they've got qojqva with the book too. He's looking for an opportunity to use shapes.
I mean, maybe with qojqva they can commit an arena on Nisha. Yeah, they're going to try. As here's the opening, straight down. They're getting qojqva in. The boat's going to be coming out though, as Nisha will get the buff upon him. Do they actually have the damage to kill him off? He's going to go straight for the TP out, and he's made it away. It's enough to get out of there. I mean, and understandable now when you see that, why we did see Liquid really hesitate earlier on committing onto this Kunkka, because he's such a tanky boy. It's not an easy kill.
And YapzOr read the movement perfectly. He was set up for that, just halting the fissure over and over again to be able to stop it. YapzOr's level 6 pre-10 minutes. Is the way they've set this up. Liquid now looking for Puppey down bottom, but Puppey, he's able to just scurry away as well. So just a little bit too fast and just reading Liquid's movements. just a tiny bit better right now.
Oh, Sorry out. Matu getting some extra gold. Boxi trying to see if we can get aggressive onto Matu, but Matu, yeah, he's still got fears and of course the ultimate form to rely on.
miCKe is here. Might be able to catch him.
I mean, if he
Doesn't
can
have his
catch him
ult,
with the
but-
spear, I mean, from Invis, he's going to have a good shot doing so. Straight over the tree line, Chakram out, and with the God's Rebuke, they've got it. I couldn't have asked for a better room there. miCKe he's able to find himself a big kill thanks to the Invis.
Dire's middle tower.
Side looking to set up for mid. Just trying to take out these towers to pressure onto them, as well as Boxi's pressuring top and qojqva's pressuring bottom on opposing sides. They'll send Taiga mid with miCKe wrapping around behind.
Your admiral is on board.
And catch Nisha. Last time it didn't go too great. They're going to throw everything onto him. They need to. They've got to make sure that he doesn't get that ult off. And this time they'll be able to lock him down and ensure that he doesn't.
Great move from Liquid. Now they're actually going to be able to pressure bottom with qojqva with a... Okay, it's still the book too, but they fully defend mid, and now they can look to make another move too, because they saved the Mars ulti. miCKe still has it available. So he could look to make his way toward top, as it still has a bit over half HP. They're limited on TPs at the moment though, so Boxi and iNSaNiA running across, miCKe will have the TP with the opportunity up there. But nice, I mean, really nice movements from both sides so far. Liquid now coming out ahead of that one from that one game.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Tower's going to... How close is he to his Midas Matu? Yeah, very close to it now.
Wait, what? YapzOr has blink.
All right.
Wait, what?
Well, I
Holy
guess-
crap, he has a blink dagger already.
He's the
At same
carry
time as
now
the opposing mid.
with this amount of this sort of timing on his blink. All right, are they going to be ready for this? Has he shown himself? Yeah, he
hasn't revealed it yet, no. He's got it. That is so early. Oh my
yeah,
god.
I mean,
2-0 and 2.
This could come as a big surprise to Liquid.
Especially versus a Lycan. Like, your army's gonna run in. You gotta be very careful. This blink is just way too fast. They're gonna get a nice clear of these ancient stacks. miCKe will finish up his blink with that after he sells the quelling. So they'll have good ways of starting the fight themselves.
Oh, bottom Taiga.
Oh?
Taking a finger to the face here from Puppey. And they're going to find him. Dreamcoil being dropped down to no avail. Might be able to keep him protected. Taiga goes down, and now comes the smoke from Nisha and YapzOr. They've got the combo. At the same time, the Liquid are also going to try and hit with their own smoke. Maybe catch Secret off guard whilst they have one hero down, whilst Taiga's out of the game. Maybe they Secret might not expect this, and they do have to blink on miCKe as well. iNSaNiA is going to start getting some intel, and miCKe's going to jump in. Looks to go straight on, and Nisha with the echoes now. He's in with the counterplay trying to burst him, but he hasn't got quite enough with the wombo to bring them down, as Liquid will stay alive, turn and kill off Nisha, and they're going to be able to find YapzOr as well, as Liquid's move there prepped them perfectly for that play there from just the two of them. You know, Secret with the quick timing that they did have on that YapzOr Shaker blink. Now they felt that maybe just the two of them could get away with the move, but it just happened to be that Liquid, you know, they're not slowing down. They're making sure that they're playing just as fast as they know Secret's going to want to.
They saw Boxi forcing the way out. They needed the smoke moving and met them in the middle. That was such a good call over. They did it on Liquid. That's echo on cooldown, and they can easily take down these middle towers.
Step lively.
That is such a good read of the map.
I mean,
it's meeting your carry, so
yeah.
it's a little, maybe a tiny bit obvious where we see like a lot of these smokes to meet the carries, but it's just the timing of it too, where they make this echo get wasted.
I mean, it's a three-man echo, but just not enough. Not enough to 100-0 the heroes, of course, yet at this point. Early game with just the level 1 echo. You need that follow-up, and it wasn't there. Nisha already getting committed on by that movement, and as I say, I think some of the Secret might not have been prepared for, you know, thinking, oh, we've killed Taiga, they've not got their Puck, they've not got their Dream Coil, they're not going to be ready for this. But Blink Dagger timings from both sides, because Blink Dagger as well there from miCKe, coming out at a perfect time, and keeping this game as close as ever. It's 6 for 5, 14.5 minutes in. It is a 1K lead at the moment for Liquid. Across the board, their cores in slightly a better spot, but it's only a very small amount, you know, one fight, one move, and this game can be turned on its head. It's very close right now. And a game, of course, for Secret that's, you know, Matumbaman, he's still in full farm mode. He's not really too interested in getting involved. He's got that Midas rolling on the bear. He's getting the Mask of Madness next, so he can get that standard build-up. So over time, that gain in farm will be accelerated by this Midas if he's able to find the space to farm it. So far he has. He's not really been interrupted too much at all by Liquid.
Yeah, I think they're reading that if the game gets to a point where it's just a farm war, Secret's farm just is better.
Yeah.
Lycan and Mars, like this Tricar will significantly fall off at probably like the 30-ish minute mark unless they're like super ahead. Mars, Lycan, and Timbersaw, these heroes definitely don't, you know, they're not those hard carries by any means. miCKe, perhaps, we could see some fun stuff with that Mars where he is just a big damage dealer, but versus what they're up against, Lone Druid will win out at the end of the day.
Matu more than happy to live on his own little island. But you've got to imagine, if anything, you know, if a team's going to know about the potential build-up and threat of a lone Druid, you know, that team would be Team Liquid. They've played it many a times. qojqva's a little bit of an expert on the hero himself, so I'm sure he's probably being quite vocal in making the calls and sort of, you know, just guiding the team on what they need to do to make sure Matu doesn't get his game. iNSaNiA taken down immediately there, as Secret will find him deep in trying to get some wall control, but Secret will be able to get that back in their favor here.
They don't even mind just using a finger on anybody here. That says everything, right? But I think that's usually you see that happening when they're like, okay, pace of the game is really slow, whatever. Whoever we see is playing too deep, we're gonna get these kills up. They're in farm mode, like you said. They got the Midas, they just don't get this BKB on the Kunkka before he feels comfortable to fight into Timber and Mars. Nisha is vulnerable. With that blink on the Mars and versus Timbersaw, he's pretty squishy until he has magic immunity. So just a bit of a, probably a bit of a quiet game for Secret now for the next few moments. It's going to be them just counter-initiating if Liquid goes for an aggressive play. And Liquid is going to go for this aggressive play.
Yeah, we'll see if Secret let them get away with it. Now, they're coming in with TPs, but already miCKe's jumped in. YapzOr's going to get it on qojqva though with the Echo Snap, trying to burst down the Lycan, but he can't quite do it. Not enough damage in the tank yet again from the Shaker alone, as Liquid will clean up the double there. Again, just fast moves here from Liquid. miCKe immediately collapsing in on them underneath the tower. YapzOr, they did seize an opportunity for a nice multi-unit Echo Slam, but again, there's just not the follow-up, as it's an Echo Slam that doesn't end up achieving anything at the end of the day.
They want to try to get it tier 2 though. They want to get it pre 20 minutes so they can claim the outpost. We see on the opposite side, Zai is starting to do some split push. Secret wants to defend this though. They do not want this to go down. Puppey's already going to start setting up, walking in. And they're going to start rotating the Kunkka, who
they need
does not quite have the BKB still. Yeah, Nisha is very vulnerable, as I mentioned before.
Dire's middle tower.
Let's see what sort of way they can start the defense. I mean, Liquid's still on track to pressuring this tier 2 tower down before the 20-minute mark. As he's actually straight in Boxi. He's looking to clear the trees, get a bit of a better setup here, so Liquid have good information. Puppey, he's got pretty deep here. He really wants to get a spell off. He's walked right into the 3 of them. And he's not going to get anything at all, apart from a quick ticket straight to the grave.
Under attack.
They know that they can't defend this. Boxi are going to start to push this top tower, but this bottom one is taken. That means they're going to lose their outpost as well. And they don't have access to their jungle. Without Kunkka with BKB, Nisha does not want to get into these fights, as I was saying. So, yeah, outpost is going to be taken. Liquid, again, all these heads-up moves, just recognizing that Secret is not at their power level to fight just yet. Got to keep dictating that pace to not let them catch up. miCKe, he's almost got his BKB, and they're just swinging across the map. Secret needs a lot more time before they can fight. Probably just the Deso and the BKB, and then they'll be actually ready to fight right into Liquid. Before that, a head-on fight, Liquid will dominate it. Unless there's a godly influence.
It's a lot of this is going to come down to the blink plays. You know, is it going to be YapzOr getting the jump, or is it going to be miCKe? Now, bottom Taiga. Is that going to be enough damage with the soul burn? Ooh, 50 HP.
Close.
It's fine.
Other important thing to just keep tabs on is I'm watching qojqva with his wolf micro. I think this is the second time now. He's just sending it into deep enemy lines and just scouting stuff out. So he just saw that Secret was all on the left side of the map. That's what that's the information that they're playing with at the moment.
I mean, in these games, that's incredibly valuable information.
Is under attack.
Yep. All right, miCKe at this massive power spike here. BKB blink level 15. Nisha still not quite having the BKB. Secret really wanting to wait for that one, but they want their outpost. They have 10 seconds. Puppey's racing toward it.
I don't, he's not going to get it, is he? Oh, actually he might. No, he stopped. I guess we get a Puppey. Yeah, he knows that he can't get it back.
So Liquid heads up move. They're there ahead of time.
Does lose his courier though, Boxi. So will be the Sanj put on delay for a little bit.
I see
Taiga. Might get caught here.
Oh, he's underneath the ward. Zai able to find the setup there. But the Orchid, and Taiga indeed no chance of getting away from this. Towards the mid, Matu. Having a bit of a poker, Boxi. miCKe is there. Of course, now they would be making the jump without their puck, but as we've seen before, that's not something that Liquid Mind's doing.
20 minutes in, YapzOr has his shard now eaten as well. So all the things are coming together for Secret. Liquid's still doing an excellent job. Both teams are actually doing such a good job of reading each other kind of perfectly. 8-8, less than 1K gold for Liquid. Secret's soon gonna actually start taking the fights head on though. You've been seeing them kind of avoiding, playing around it a lot here. These item timings will start to kick off.
And that's the thing, like as close as it is, you would imagine that Liquid's definitely feeling a little more antsy, a little more. We've got to get stuff done. We can't keep it like this if we want to take this game.
Maybe just a tiny little bit. Yeah, I think they're doing everything they need to do, just like actually perfectly right now. Just the next big thing is really get a fight and secure Roche.
Yeah.
But Secret's ready to fight around there. With this BKB and the Kunkka, they are totally ready. So initiation's going to be everything if they can get him pre-BKB. They're actually just going to set up in it, though.
All right, I mean, they're with the AC.
Yep.
They're taking it pretty reliably. I mean, Secret, they've got no vision around this area as well. Liquid were able to take that quickly away before heading into the pit. And yeah, Secret's not going to be able to do anything about this at all. So Liquid now continue to look to make these aggressive moves. But with the knowledge that miCKe, he's basically invincible. With this BKB and Aegis, it's going to be quite the tall order for Secret to take him down twice after he makes the jump in.
Yeah, no, I was saying Secret's ready to fight, but now that I see all that too, they are definitely having some damage issues in their draft. With all these things coming together, they'll be able to kill off most of these supports, but yeah, these two main tanky frontliners, the Timber and the Mars, are going to be very problematic. qojqva can still die because he doesn't have any magic immunity, and if he's in the midst of all of the summons, but those other two are going to be really problematic for this.
I mean, as you said, Liquid as a squad, and you know, in many of their games, other than even just those against Secret, when they pick this 5th pick Timber, they do it with a very good reason. And they know when Boxi's going to be set up to have again with borderline unkillable. Zai tries for a setup onto iNSaNiA, but iNSaNiA's got back up. Zai's got the TP out. Taiga puts an immediate stop to it. The Dream Coil.
Look at the line instantly. Liquid has a play happen bottom. Look at this line that's been drawn. Boxi draws a line for them to run all the way top and meet him at this top tier 1 tower with the rest of the 3. And they're going to do it. They're going to smoke and swing over. These are just such quick moves again by Liquid. Reading the movements of Secret. Boxi actually just standing on top of Moxley right now.
I mean, he can go where he wants, Boxi, right now.
Look at the lines of the map. Like, Liquid, I mean, you said that they wanted to be pretty persistent about pushing the issue forward. If those lines don't stand it, I don't know what
Your
does.
Admiral is on board.
It was joined. That was a mixture of Boxi and iNSaNiA, wasn't it?
It's like all of them.
I was
3 players.
Maybe a little, yeah, they've got qojqva bringing around that top lane. I mean, as soon as they sort of show themselves up, his Secret's out of it. They don't want to have anything to do with this quite yet. miCKe, he's still looking to jump in mid. He's ever opened things up with a spear. In the X-Swell's done, but Nisha's off to the side. Bishop pushing miCKe away for now. I'll turn with the X mark opening onto miCKe. They've got to get through that Aegis and BKB though if they really want to try and bring him down. Boxi also heading in onto the front, and again, sort of as soon as they see the two of them, they've got to be careful. Matumbaman, he'll get the ult off, but he's trapped in the arena. See if they've got the damage to take him out here. As the follow-up there from Taiga, BKB committed from miCKe as the Phantoms Embraces in onto the lone Druid. As Matumbaman, he cannot escape this, tries to get the fear off, but with the BKB still there from miCKe, Liquid don't care at all. That lone tree, they're bringing up. YapzOr tries to come up with the counter play, the Echo Snap, but again, he hasn't got quite enough to get the kills. The finger comes out, but he's got the Aegis. He's ready for round 2, miCKe. As Puppey will fall, they've lost 4. They're going to lose the 5 here. As Nisha goes down with the ship. As it's just Liquid here, playing it perfectly. Secret, it really does feel like they sort of hope that they could kind of get around with waiting and avoiding Liquid for now, as they just cannot deal with them. And we really did see there how Secret, at this moment in time, they just can't fight this.
No, they're just too tanky on the front line. Even with the boat coming in afterwards, they're not tanky themselves enough when it's Matu just gets jumped on immediately. YapzOr waited. He was so patient for this Echo Slam too, and it still wasn't enough. Puppey actually overlapped his finger, and he actually fingered the Aegis. He may have been able to get the kill on the Lycan, but some slight misplays, and Liquid just comes out massively on top of him. Huge jump from them.
Oh, for sure.
Their reads are just on point.
I mean, I feel like we don't see many games where, you know, Yaps on his shaker, and he's hitting like multiple 3-man echoes, but it just hasn't mattered. Neither of the times he's been able to get him with this huge opportunity has sort of the rest of the team been able to finish up the action. As we see it again, I mean, it starts perfectly, taking away Matu, pretty much the hero with the majority of the farm right now on Secret, and then just picking them apart one by one. That spear into the last tree standing, setting up onto Zai. Yap comes in, but it just isn't enough.
He was very close to level 2 Echo actually as well. He was about to hit level 12 as
Oh, that would have made a huge difference. That would have taken 2 of them out straight away from that Echo for sure. Because he hit so many things there.
And that's just Liquid's pace. Just keeping Secret off the mark. And now
he's gonna try and turn onto miCKe with the ghost ship. But again, sort of after the initial combo's been expended by Nisha, not enough. And as soon as he's back in the game, they're on top of him. Matu, he's got to get out of here. We'll get the ult off. And he does have backup, Nisha and YapzOr standing beside him, so it'll be all right. We've really got to protect him there. He'd just come in and there's someone still on cooldown for a little bit as well.
10k gold lead, new neutral items available in about 5 seconds, and you can feel Secret there. They're gonna have to just start to split push and hope to get to these next bigger items, because right now it's just they can't match what Liquid has.
They can't kill him.
And Deso, they're just dealing so much damage, and they're so tanky on their front line as well. Supports, I was talking about Puck, Grimstroke, they might die, but these three beefy guys are a problem.
I mean, here we
especially
go.
now that qojqva has BKB.
Secret's on the way out, but they've got to find someone alone. And as you say, with these BKBs, even if they do find one of these cores, they're very likely to be able to BKB unless YapzOr can lead in with the Fisher, and they can perfectly chain stun them down.
And look at miCKe. He's actually pinging. He's reading the move again from Secret. He's heading his way up here. He was pinging exactly where Secret actually is in the tree line.
He's found Matu. I mean, Matu just
God.
Absolutely destroyed there by miCKe. I mean, that's the carry. Immediately taken out. And now to the trees. Taiga, he's got the setup onto YapzOr. YapzOr is going to drop the slam, try and turn and take out Taiga. We'll give YapzOr the chance to push to the side, but Boxi, he's got the angle with the dagger. Nisha, the BKB way out. Just before the TP's completed, and they're able to stop him from getting back to safety. Puppey gets caught out by the E4 from iNSaNiA. As again, Liquid just slaughtering Secret.
They are. Everyone's just playing like a monster. Taiga just phase shifted because Puppey blinked into finger him. He literally just phase shifts out a quarter of a second. The finger stops casting. They reset it. This is just amazing plays and amazing read by Liquid. And Secret just doesn't know how to handle it.
They really don't.
Too fast. And it honestly looked... It looked like he was map hacking or something. Like the way that miCKe just read the map perfectly. Liquid just actually on fire.
Yeah,
this is. Yeah, they're making Secret look the most lost we've seen in quite some time. Secret just seemingly not with a move to make it. As they're down 9 to 20, down 14k gold. See what they can do here. Punishing miCKe for overextending a little bit. Sticks around to take down the tower, and Secret, they'll be able to get him, and that's a big one to get. You know, they've been really struggling to take down the cores. Getting miCKe like that, that's quite a decent chunk of gold here in the beginning of what Secret's going to try for a swing around.
And thank you, JJ, for pointing it out to me that the reason that we looked like map hack is because a wolf was standing on the lone. That's why they're having such good reads. I was talking about it before, but these wolves are actually just really being a pretty big thorn in Secret's side.
I think sort of thinking about qojqva's past games as well, I think he's the best Lycan player at doing this right. I like, sure, you see a lot of cute wolf play, but I think he really pushes it to the next level with just how attentive at all stages of the game he is at sending those wolves out and getting them on the old scouting missions.
Yeah, and he's also just split pushing waves, because your howl is global, where your wolves are. You send a wolf, one wolf to one lane, one wolf to another, you howl. I've seen him do it now, I think once or tways. And he's just pushing out lanes with the wolves when he just howls and sends But yeah, just again, Liquid
Radiant are scanning.
really masterminding, really masterclassing this game. And Secret, they're really on the back foot. They're gonna need some really hopeful big team fight for themselves as the high ground push comes. Liquid still has to break the high ground though. And as we know, Liquid,
True.
that can sometimes be its own game of its own.
Yeah, you're very right there, Taiga. Finds himself a 3-1. Just sort of throwing his body here at trying to push a lane out. Stop Liquid from getting the game in a position where they are ready to try and push for high ground.
It's just Liquid's getting so much on everyone though. Look at the farm even on the two supports. Taiga, Blink, Ags, iNSaNiA, 4-step, Aetherlens on his way to a Hex. They're getting prepared for the later stages of the game, even though Druid and these other heroes might be a little bit better for the later stages. These items are going to change that completely.
Dire's bottom
miCKe is
tower
just
is
a
under
beast
attack.
too. The way he's just built for the full right click, he's built as a transitioning carry. Exact right approach.
Mars is a hero does insane damage.
Yep.
It's an AoE 800 physical damage burst on a very, very small cooldown, just 6 seconds. And of course, it's beautiful neutrals here. That Paladins, meaning that each of those God's Rebuke is considerably healing him back up. Once he has that Abyss, it'll just be something else to throw into the combos enabled by iNSaNiA's Soulbind.
Grid now with their AC finished up on Matu. They have a way to counteract that minus armor that is coming out a bit here. They're looking for their own action, their own way to start the fight. Puppey and YapzOr with their double blinks.
Liquid.
They can find the supports. The supports, we said, they're squishy, and that can really break a bit of Liquid's team fight.
It's hard to find them.
Hard.
You see sort of the positioning. Liquid supports, they're keeping the cores between themselves and where they expect Secret to be. Boxi's leading in. Nisha just in time. Puppey so able to make it away.
They're making that lead go down slightly, slowly but surely.
They are.
All this split push.
I mean, that death from miCKe on the high ground was quite a bit of a bump.
It was
in the progress, but Liquid will be able to rectify that here with this Roshan. As again, looks like Secret aren't going to have the chance to get over and contest this. Just keys into the hands of Liquid. Once again, they're very much suited to being able to attempt to break that high ground. miCKe also very close to having his Abyssal completed now.
Insane, yeah, you see iNSaNiA drawing lines to the lane that is pushed in heavily. Secret are preparing for if someone does go down there, though. They're already on their way. And I'm seeing Matu queuing up an Aghanim, so I'm thinking this game might get down to some rat central not wanting to take the fight. They have a lot of different ways to do split push.
They do indeed. They really, really do. I mean, your lone Druid with the Ags Bear, as you say, the Prophet, and even, of course, Nisha later on if he wants to do some stuff with bots and X marks. There's a lot of way that Secret can keep this game going and certainly make it a real challenge for Liquid to close it up if Secret's smart with the way that they split push.
Liquid's been on point with their reads of the map, though. That's the big scare. So just ward coverage has to be really important here for Secret to be able to watch. I think just keeping tabs of miCKe. He seems to just be the dictator of the game. So I feel like if you see where miCKe is, you probably just either avoid there or look to set up like the big fight, because he's going to be the one who's just doing everything. And ooh, and a beautiful rune for miCKe, one of the best ones.
Fair.
Secret is setting up to actually defend here. They have a smoke. The ward is already set up on the side here from Liquid, though.
All right, they're coming out. See what they can catch it. For Blinks.
Is that the Shivas, I believe? Yeah, Shiva's coming out on the Kunkka, too.
All right.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Do need every bit of armor against miCKe and qojqva.
They can't send the courier in, though. They want to, but they can't, because I think they're aware that this ward's here, because they had the vision of them placing it from before. So they'll have to back away, and yeah, they ping it. They see it immediately.
He's going to make the jump first.
Liquid's in the base.
He's sending the bear in. qojqva will now be revealed. There's going to be the jump there. He's going to immediately on top of Nisha. miCKe's going to put the BKB, but Matu's bear doing a fair bit of damage. He tries to punch into miCKe. It's not enough though. Nisha goes down. Golden one point for his deck. qojqva popping the BKB. He's out to the side. He's fine. You got Zai trying to come in on the back lines, but they've lost Puppey. Now they're trying to He's going to be back for round 2. Zai trying to keep himself safe from the Sprout. Still trying to run, but Taiga and miCKe are able to jump in with the burst to take down Zai. A spear catches Matumbaman. He's in with a slam. Tries to get the follow-up picture, but Taiga's in with a waiting wrist tires to put a stop to the combo. Still no Puppey. Finds the finger onto miCKe. Jump forward from Zai. He's been able to pick up iNSaNiA on the backlines. He's over to Boxi. The stun's there from Puppey, allowing time for Matu to try and close the gap. Boxi trying to get away, but YapzOr jumps in with the enchant totem. Boxi is into the trees. Matu's hunting, they find him. A Secret will manage to push back Liquid and keep their racks alive here. Barely any damage done at all. Secret will be able to defend, cost them a couple of buybacks, but they will keep the base intact.
My God, Matu's damage is insane in the back of that fight. Didn't actually show it all there in the fight recap, but him and his bear with the Deso AC Orb of Destruction under tier 4 on miCKe, it was a lot of damage. And that's, they 100-0'd Nisha before he got anything. He got his BKB off, and then he got bashed with the God's Abuse. So he got 0 spells off. They did that pretty much perfect, but somehow Secret with these buybacks, punchbacks, Zai also doing a crazy amount of damage in the midst of it.
And of course, you talked about how much Batu does to the heroes, and that translates very well to the towers too. When the push comes in and Liquid's members are down, Secret can very quickly shove down these lanes and do damage in return. So Liquid,
20 seconds.
They've got to be careful. As you said, you know, in the past, this has been where Liquid struggled, and against this sort of lineup, Secret are very much ready to really test Liquid's ability to close up the game.
And this type of move too also gets you a lot of space to get forward. I actually don't see Secret placing any right now, but they get the lanes all the way pushed in, and you see, the lines drawn by Liquid. They're like, okay, we have an issue now where we have to get our lanes into a better position before we look to actually take any type of fight. We're just gonna get split pushed otherwise by this lone Druid.
Dire's bottom tower.
We'll see if Matu wants to take this, but they've just found, quite the lovely one there. Of course, for the type of game they want to play, they've got the leveler for the bear.
The orb does have a lot of value,
but surely the leveler.
Hero. Yeah, but he can put the orb on his hero and then the leveler on the bear.
True, that's efficiency. I'd say it's probably the better the other way around. I guess no, you're right.
You want the bear with the attacks, you don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You were saying put the orb on the
leveler on the bear.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said. Put the leveler on the hero, the orb on the bear. Yeah, you want the leveler. Yeah.
I clearly
we agree.
Apologies.
No, you're right. Yeah, you want the leveler on the bear. I mean, he's taking both. He's just going to, I guess, switch between them.
Yeah, and he's got the Ag, so now he's already starting to send this bear on a journey.
Yeah, this bear's going to be wherever he wants the bear to be. He's you know, as we said, the split push is going to get a whole lot nastier for Liquid to deal with now.
We might be in for a treat of a long game potentially if this does pick up, if this does continue. Liquid have to try to breach this high ground, and that was, like we said, without Nisha getting anything off with some buybacks, but that's always a big fear that gets set into Liquid's hearts.
I mean, if you are going to just 100-0 anyone in the team fights, is it normally going to be the Kunkka that's the best target to do that, or are you looking at Matu's damage output and you're saying, well, we want to just get on top of the hero, get rid of the lone Druid, or is that realistically just never really going to happen because of Matu's positioning?
Realistically, yeah, exactly. I think realistically you're never going to catch like Matu, YapzOr, and maybe you'll catch Puppey in the front, but that's not a big kill, right? Yeah. YapzOr and Matu are the two bigger ones, but yeah, Nisha's going to be the one that parks himself between them so that they never get those jumps off. Or should never get those jumps off, I should say. Split push toward bottom, illusion escape as well, and Nature's Prophet, another split pushing tool. Yeah. And this tier 2 bottom with these trees surrounding it, that is a dead tower.
And there's the bear.
That's the bear.
Matu says, I'll take that tower goal.
The wolf scouting, they actually spot Zai on the left there. They got him.
Straight away with the BKB, he tries to get out, but they've got the Abyssals in play.
Wolf's MVP.
That's a very dead Zai. 100 seconds. I mean, if you're Liquid right now, you've got to use any sort of these opportunities to just go for it, right?
They still have this ward, YapzOr. Oh, okay, he'll be able to blink away. They had that ward on him though for a second. Yeah, they should just try to push forward, especially this top lane. There's the two side lanes, but the bear gets shoved in.
Look, Matt, yeah, he's working his way right up until the base to Liquid it.
They actually have to get back. Can they kill the bear?
But they might just be able to. Ooh, no good fit. Taiga keeping the damage on him, making sure that there's no way for him to get out, but he's so speedy here with the phase boots. They can't chase this. The bear, more than fine.
Yeah, he doesn't even have to return it. He just actually brings it back to 0. Doesn't use the Midas.
Midas. There we go. It's all good. Everybody calm down.
Top. The Wolf gets scouts YapzOr. These Wolves might be the MVP of Liquid. That's like the 3rd or 4th kill I feel like they've gotten because of it.
qojqva being really on the ball with the information that he's just given throughout this game. And his position as well, you know, 3-0-13, he's played it flawlessly so far on the Lycan. Should be a buyback from YapzOr. Why?
Dire's
I
bottom
think he was afraid that they're going to just go for the high ground or they're going to stop TPs while Matu's split position.
I guess. I mean, as it is though, Liquid far away from the base, so they're easily able to TP back, and this time around they might kill the
miCKe
bear.
though. miCKe may have not gotten far enough.
Oh, he hasn't. He's left behind. The post comes crashing down, and he's going to get taken out. As he's dead, qojqva's going to put the BKB and run. As
Radiant's top tower
miCKe
has
dying,
fallen.
he did get the BKB off, but as he was dying, he wasn't able to get it off soon enough. So no protection against that. Yeah, as I say, straight up 2k of magical damage that came in from the duration of that chain stun that the Liquid Secret were able to initiate with onto him.
Yeah, YapzOr's buyback being kind of worth it.
And then it worked out that. That's what the buyback was for. He thought of the future. He knew that miCKe would slip up a little bit, hang around. He's, you know, he's a time traveler. Yep.
40 seconds, no Puppey. We still see these. I've seen the treants also. A lot of scouting being done with all the minions around the map. DD gets killed outside the pit, and Roche is up with a nice, juicy Aghanim's Blessing. 50 seconds, though, for miCKe. I feel how farmed iNSaNiA is. I just keep glancing at the two. How
chilling with his Hex, but him gold to spare.
Taiga getting like the best possible neutral item for Puck too. Ceremonial robes with an Aghanim's. Very nice. Happened quite some time ago, of course, but.
That's Roche. I mean, there's still 20 seconds without miCKe, but as it is, Secret not feeling confident enough to sort of take that window to go for Roche. They've got the Ags on Kunkka now, so an extra amount of control in these team fights that's going to be a little irritating for Liquid to find into, especially when these BKBs start to come down in duration.
I think that's the biggest thing. It's just, yeah, the BKBs are going to start lowering, and then the chaos of the fights are really going to start kicking off, and they will control at least the minions always as well, too. It'll be nice. And Secret's actually looking to smoke and hit back. Got everything at the ready.
All right.
YapzOr level 20 for some longer fissures, and Matu level 25 now. So Spirit Bear attack time. Even more dangerous.
Boxi the one showing in lane, but still Boxi probably the one that's going to be the hardest for them to really initiate on.
Step lively now. Admiral is on board.
I mean, maybe they'll try. If he keeps moving out like this, I mean, at the moment he's very separated from the rest of the team. Liquid themselves smoking up around the Roche. They want to just commit and take it down. They do it pretty quickly. They want to go for it.
Both scans are used.
Yeah.
Secrets does pick on them for a second.
They know how quickly they do this, so they're just going to move straight in onto Roche, and it's a great one to get, of course. Roche is going to have the Aghanims on. Who's looking to take this? Probably miCKe?
It's a little different now, though. Still pretty nice, but it's different. They're actually going to give it a qojqva.
All right.
He's able to bite the Mars.
I like it.
Big life steal.
I mean, it is great. Of course, it in particular the fact that you do share that lifesteal, right? So qojqva's in these fights, he bites the Mars, miCKe's getting off these God's rebukes. qojqva's going to have such an insane amount of burst HP given to him as long as miCKe's able to land his spells in the fights.
Yeah, it's going to be another thing to keep track of.
You know, and remember, that's also going to be amped up by the Paladin, right? The amount of regeneration he's providing through that lifesteal to qojqva.
I would guess so, yeah. I haven't seen it all hammer about him.
I'm looking at Matu and Zygo to work. This bear certainly hurts. He gets the disarm off YapzOr. He's just going to jump in and drop the echo. It's absolutely worth it. Take away Boxi over the side. Nisha and Puppey, they found the combo. iNSaNiA and miCKe walking up into their death. miCKe is going to be out of it as he's running away. In that wall form, he's out of there.
That's a lot of time spent, though. 65 seconds spent that, 81. Secret can get so much out of the map here.
And they really can. They will still be
push all these
pushing.
lanes, even threaten high ground and threaten force buybacks potentially.
I mean, there is those multiple buybacks available, and of course, miCKe still with the Aegis, qojqva still with the cheese. So Liquid can definitely still put together quite a defense.
Secret was going to start melting though, and they used their glyph actually looks a bit early. The bear is just going to start getting over there to start beating down the tower.
They're trying to kill the bear off. Can they do it? Oh, the bear's running. Oh, it died.
Dire's bottom tower is under
That goes down.
Damage on all three fronts though. Look, all three towers are getting hit right now.
How do you deal with it?
Right mid.
Dire's bottom
Oh,
tower.
Fissure. Two-man torrent. Can they get in it? They don't really care at the moment, Secret. They're happy to just ignore heroes and hit the objectives. Bottom ranks are exposed. Mid ranks are exposed, getting taken out by Matu. That's the melee ranks gone. Now they're jumping. They'll get the arena open, and it's the Hex comes out. Call it out on the two of them. The ball comes crashing down straight on to miCKe. miCKe's going to go down the one. Going to be back with a second life here. qojqva jumping out of his spray with the abyssal. Turns over towards the bear. Matu getting stunned up in position as miCKe. Can he find him? He can't. Matu's able to live. He's out to the side. Boxi tries to chase, but the torrent storm catches him, puts the stop to the timber chain. Nisha's going to go for the BKB TP out. Is he able to make it away without anything catching him? He cannot. The bashes are there. Nisha will get left behind as Liquid will manage to bring Nisha down. But the melee rack's gone in mid, and the ranged racks gone down bottom, as well as Boxi having to use the buyback here to push Secret back.
Painful hold, but they did good targeting. They actually focus fired the lone Druid bear since it was Matu's only summon. And it took out all the damage. That's when Secret immediately tried to bail away. But Secret, they did get quite a bit of what they came for there with these two Raxes.
Is this going to be long enough for them to do so? Because it is 40 seconds without the bear.
Yeah, that's what I'm watching as well. The treants are just going to run in, start to work on this range Rax.
There is backdoor protection, so...
They're only basic treants. They're not. There's no greater treant in there. That's not going to actually be able to. Fissure to slow it down. YapzOr spamming the enchant totem also from the base, which works on the Fissure, of course.
How long have we got on the debris coming at the bear? 15 seconds.
They might lose their Rax here.
Zai is trying to step in, but he's been hexed. Boxy's trying to lead in. He's been buffed up by the Ink Swell. The range racks are down. Another bite onto miCKe, as miCKe's ready to start running in. If he sees an opportunity, YapzOr continue to try and slow them down. But Liquid, with this quick pushback, they've got any creeps, though it doesn't matter. They can fight through the backdoor protection. They'll be able to finish off the mid-racks. I think Liquid's best bet here is to just get out of it. They got what they came for in the mid. Nisha's going to be back up in 10. The resummon's available.
They're thinking about the rego, though. They have vision on the high ground, miCKe, waiting for an opportunity.
And they need a big jump. They've got to catch, you know, they have to land the spear. They've got to get this instant stun, abyssal into spear, if they want to do that. And, it's just a little too risky right now. But they're going to play it safe. They're definitely going to be feeling pretty happy that they were able to push back that quickly and get something after losing a bit of their base to Secret's own siege.
They better be ready for the hit back, though. Secret's going to push out this lane, and they're going to naturally be able to always push out those side lanes with the Wrath of Nature and with the Bear. So they're going to have a good advantageous position to look for a fight. They are under ward vision right now, though. There's one or two sneaky wards that Liquid did get down. Quite a bit of information. And they're actually going to smoke with that information. They still have full vision. They see Nisha. They have full info of where YapzOr is at the moment, too. Now Wolf is going to go give them even more scouting information. There's a sentry to scout it, though.
So they know that they're being seen. But from the side, Taiga is jumping in. He's been able to find the backlines. He's found Matumbaman. In with the abyssal. qojqva close to get Matu's down. YapzOr comes in with the echo snap, but he isn't enough damage as YapzOr also falls. Double kill for qojqva. Over towards Nisha they move. As Nisha will put the BKB. He's trying to run, but the bashes are there. He cannot run from Liquid here. As Liquid, they found 3 big kills. Zai immediately trying to push out this bottom lane to take away the pressure that's going to be coming from Liquid down the mid. As there's no buyback on YapzOr and no buyback on Matumbaman against whatever sort of push Liquid can get going now.
iNSaNiA will die. In the meanwhile, to the bear that is still alive, even though Matu is dead.
That's true. Okay, still got the bear out.
So they'll be able to do a decent amount of split pushing with this. We see miCKe, the Wolves running down mid now at the moment. I think they're recognizing this buyback is not ready.
YapzOr's buyback has just become ready.
They have a DD as well too, so they can likely at least hit a little bit of these towers. Backdoor is kicking in for a second.
Got the creeps coming down mid
trying
though.
to buy time. Yep. Taiga's coming too. Refresher fully purchased on this puck now too, so double coil, double spell.
Also pulling Puppey. Tries to get the angle from the two of them, only gets the one, but it might just be enough. Matthew's in with the bear, and miCKe, he's just dead. He's dead immediately. qojqva's trying to get out with the BKB. If they got anything to cancel it, they haven't. qojqva makes it out. But again, another push where miCKe does get initiated on, and Secret, they're able to take him out. They do pop 2 buybacks here, Nisha and YapzOr. So they themselves needing to be a bit careful. Liquid, if it's required, they do have buyback on miCKe available if Secret come running straight at them.
What started that fight, by the way? It was Matu's Abyssal from his bear, right?
I know, Puppey got the stun.
Okay. I thought I saw the Abyssal because I saw the bear running around too, which is like, it's so crazy because you probably like, oh my god, there's no Lone Druid, and then Abyssal just comes out of nowhere from
no, yeah, Puppey was able to blink in and set things up with the Earthspike. So definitely time for reaction. You see here, miCKe taking the time to turn and not the time. Did have the BKB. Arguably, the bear would still have been able to get in with the Abyssal. So maybe just staying around too long, didn't really have a way out.
Dire's courier
And
has
Matu,
been
while
killed.
he was dead, he farmed up 3,000 gold, by the way. The power.
I mean, what's he going to get next? What's next on the agenda here for Matumbaman this game?
He has to replace his Midas, so...
Yeah.
I mean, just Moonshard, right?
I mean, honestly, is the Aghanim Shard that bad? It's 20% movement speed buff for you and a 60 attack speed for a few seconds. I mean, there's got to be a point where it's just worth buying.
Oh, he goes for hard damage. He's just going MKB. He just wants to do it. So he actually didn't have any miss. I think it was an Elven Tunic earlier, but...
I mean, MKB is always nice against heroes like the Timber, right? Having a bit of magical proc on your hits.
Yeah, it's fine. I guess there is the Halberd, yeah.
I mean, either way, this bear's gonna hurt. Bear's gonna really, really hurt.
It's all gonna be up to these jumps and just initiations and who catches backlines, really. And Taiga he's gonna be the one to watch, really, with Refresher and the Blink and the Ags on the puck.
Standard
gets
support
so far
puck.
to the back. Yeah.
It's rather rich right now. I mean, they all are. Nobody getting completely left out this game. Even Puppey at the bottom, he's got his fair share of money here. 2,500 gold ready to start going into his next item.
Matu just keeping the bear down bottom, waiting for any opportunity to just run in and kill that melee Rex in no time.
And as you said, the jumps and the BKB usages have to be so smart from Liquid, especially with Nisha now having his refresher. So these torrent storms, ghost ship fleets coming in. If you don't have a BKB up, you're not going to be able to do much in these fights.
Absolutely.
Step lively now.
So these long duration team fights are gonna get really hard for Liquid, it does feel like.
They've got to get in and get out.
Yeah. And we see Boxi, he's making sure that he can keep this bottom lane push. They also have the shard on the Lycan, so we do have wolves spawning on waves to be able to push it out as well. We said this could be a long one as we're getting close to those really nice items in the next 6 minutes.
Now, is this the game where any of the tier 5s are going to be potentially busted on some of these heroes? Well, what do you see as the most, oh my goodness, item that could come out this game?
Your admiral is on board.
Like,
Ex Machina is one of those big ones for me. A lot of when I'm seeing everyone with so
especially
many
with these
items,
good players who are good at pressing all the keys on the items.
It also just it gives you like 20-something armor, and it's a lot of physical damage that's coming out. I think that could be a big one. They all have their own merits. There's even like Searstone, right, for YapzOr, then he never has to even be near the fights. Cast Fissure from Eternity away. Giant Ring, actually. I always forget that exists now, too. Giant Ring on any strength hero, right?
Yeah, there's a few of them in this game, yeah.
Probably on miCKe would be the nicest. Zai getting his Trance and his Illusionist cape at the ready. Oh, might find a courier.
Oh, easy.
He will.
Goodbye to your wards, sir.
And now he knows where iNSaNiA is positioned, as those iNSaNiA's courier is running bottom. He knows Grimstroke's down bottom. Both team's just continuously scouting
Dire's
this
bottom
Roche.
barracks are under attack.
Bringing in the bear as well. Look at this. Oh, here we go. Goodbye backdoor protection. Oh my goodness. Goodbye bear. They're actually throwing everything. Kill the bear. Kill the bear. Kill the bear. We've got to kill the bear. And they'll be able to. I know they got to be ready for that. That bear nearly just took that melee racks right through the back door.
They have the TP back. Secret, they just go into Roche.
Oh, it's an easy Roche up for them. Or is it Boxi? He's coming in. He's looking to mess them up a little bit. Taiga comes in with a core, but they're coming in with the BKBs. He's going to finish it off. They'll be able to get pick up the Aegis. And now they drop the spells on the Boxi because they're first turret. Zai and Nisha trying to punch through this Timber. So there'll be a buyback from Puppey. Nisha getting low. He's been stalled by him. Gets the burn off. He's been hexed. He's lost the Aegis. He's down the one. Zai also hexed as they're staying alive in the pit. Boxi and miCKe too tanky for them to deal with. As Zai goes down, he'll buy back. Another set of boats coming crashing down onto qojqva. The refresher pump from Nisha. The torrent storms around. It's the waterfall. Special from Nisha. They burn finger onto Boxi. Boxi's out for 2 minutes. miCKe moves over towards the line. He's in and he's out. Takes down Puppey and he's away. Cold-blooded murder here from
Dire
the
are
Mars.
scanning.
Holy shit, the refresher, torrent, 3 torrent storms.
Is everywhere.
3 ghost ship fleets going in. Oh my god. But the important thing really was the lone Druid bear. Matu lost his bear right at the start of the fight, and that was his second bear. He still doesn't have the resummon. I saw both miCKe as well as qojqva just kill the bear immediately, and then it's just the Kunkka spells which are actually doing any of the damage in the fights. YapzOr never could find an opportunity for that big echo.
No, we're seeing, the Liquid very clearly making it their objective to fully focus that bear. They know if they take it away,
Be more careful.
they're going to be so much weaker. 25 seconds, we'll have it soon. And of course, what we did see there, Secret, were they able to pick up the Aghanims? As you said, well, they got the refresh shot. Did they get themselves the second axe? Who got the second axe? Zai?
It was way too chaotic.
Zai's got the axe buff, so it must have been Zai. I don't think he farmed that himself.
I saw that Taiga took the cheese. That was the other thing too from them, but I didn't see who got everything. I know that Nisha took the majority. It's Liquid.
Radiant's
Really pushing the
middle
issue with
tower
no
is
bear
under
yet.
attack.
It's now coming
They've
up.
got it back up now. And the tier 4's going down. And then one of them, over to the second. Already Taiga's in on the backlines, but look at the Abyssal on him. Taiga's dead. He tries to jump in and hold them back. He's not going to be able to do so. Fortification up as well. Taiga will buy back. They're standing in the bear. Matumbaman looking for a target. Is he ever fighting for the arena's out? miCKe moving in. He's in. Matumbaman's in trouble. He needs help, but he needs it now. Matu, Abyssal, they're focusing him down low. Druid in trouble. They've got a zero. YapzOr still in control. And he's keeping Matu alive. Matu's going to live. As YapzOr jumps in and holds Liquid in position. Another Fisher down on the 2 of them with the follow shock here. As there have been multiple buybacks coming out from Liquid, but they're having to run. They're having to get out. Boxi's dead for 2 minutes. Taiga dies back.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Are you kidding me? Matu is actually alive.
I mean,
The
just
spirit link, the run, the control. Oh my god. And now it's back the other way. They don't have 2
don't have
heroes
buybacks
for
on the 2 of them.
110 seconds. And Secret kills buildings at a way faster pace than Liquid does.
This is pretty spooky for Liquid. miCKe, qojqva, and iNSaNiA are going to have to pull off quite the defense to keep this game going.
There's so many blink disables as well. miCKe has to actually stay super far back before the fight starts. If he just gets if he's caught by 1 stun, he's gonna get chain stunned and killed.
Can they really hold 3 versus 5 now?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
qojqva. Push to use the buy. Bear's gonna finish off the bottom Rex. Actually, pulling a wolf in onto Zai.
And losing the tier 4s.
miCKe has been stunned.
They've got the opening. They'll force him out to the side. They will manage to get him away. The first tier 4's down though. Secret moving on to the second. They're like, well, destroyed by miCKe. He's in with the hex on the 2 of them. The double Abyssal as well. qojqva trying to focus down Nisha. Nisha, he's getting back. So they've got the damage to bring down the Kunkka. They have it. He's still alive. He's out of the circle. They're refreshing YapzOr. Goes left down. Liquid around. GG is cold. As game 1 goes to Secret. That's it.
Holy shit. What a, oh my god. What a game. What a comeback too. Liquid just, the whole game just having amazing reads and then just a couple fights kicking off the